Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy for tonight's homecoming game between your Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans and the Waukomis Chiefs. We just had the coin toss. The Trojans won the toss and chose to receive, so they want to start with the ball and set the tone early here at homecoming night. And here come the Trojans. OBA comes into the game highly ranked, 4-0 on the season, looking to make another statement. Taking on Waukomis, our neighbors to the southwest. The Waukomis Chiefs come in with a record of 3-1 with victories over Buffalo, Kremlin, Hillsdale, and Pond Creek Hunter. Their lone loss coming at Timberlake in week 2. Your Trojans come in at 4-0 with the victories over Davenport, Southwest Covenant, Yale, and at the time, number 1 ranked Sealing. Last week was a bye week for the Trojans, so they come into this week well rested and fired up and ready to go. OBA is the only undefeated team in District B2. Garber sits in second place right now at 3-1. Pond Creek Hunter is 2-2. Cherokee and Ringwood are both 1-3, and Kremlin Hillsdale is 1-4. Representing District B3, the Waukomis Chiefs come in at 3-1. They currently sit at second place in the district alongside Sealing. Covington Douglas is 4-1. Canton and O'Keene are both 3-2, and Southwest Covenant is 2-2. So it looks to be a fun matchup tonight as the Chiefs travel the short trip up to OBA to take on the top-ranked team in the state, according to the Daily Oklahoman. If you ask the Daily Oklahoman in Oklahoma City, your Trojans are number 1, with Shattuck number 2, Sealing number 3, Laverne number 4, and Regent Prep. The Tulsa World over on the east side of the state has 1 and 2 flip. They have Shattuck ranked first, the Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans ranked second, Sealing third, Laverne fourth, and Regent Prep fifth. As we prepare for the opening kickoff, Waukomis will kick off in the south, kicking off south to north. Kicking off for the Chiefs is number 4, Reed Hellman, who is a freshman. So there's the kick. It goes short. It's fielded. And he gets it. He has an edge to the outside. It's Judd Cheatham. Makes a move. Drops the ball. Recovered immediately by the Trojans. Little lax in ball security there from Cheatham. McGuire Arnold dives all over the loose ball. So heads up play for McGuire Arnold.
Number 15, McGuire Arnold.
So Bodie Boyson leads the offense out onto the field for their first possession of the night, taking on the Waukomis Chiefs. Your Trojan offense is averaging 53 points a game. So they look to continue that trend. Boyson takes the snap. He's going to keep it just right over the right tackle. He keeps grinding forward. That's about a 6-yard gain for Boyson on the first play from scrimmage.
Number 7, Boydston on the quarterback keeper. Picks up 6 on
The Trojans have a pretty diverse offense between run and pass. Boyson and Cheatham both pretty lethal on the ground. Bodie Boyson has 339 yards rushing on the season. Judd Cheatham 283 yards rushing. I'm sorry, 264 yards rushing for Judd Cheatham. Boyson tied up under center, takes the snap, looks out to the flat, immediately finds Cheatham. Cheatham cuts inside. That's a first down and then some. He's headed up the far sideline, cuts it back in. He could be gone. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Judd Cheatham. And the Trojans jump out quick. Just a quick little tunnel screen out to the flat on the far side of the field. Judd Cheatham makes a man miss, cuts it outside, and he's gone up the sideline. Touchdown, OBA. Looks like the Trojans will go for 2 here, as is their routine. They do have a solid kicker on the roster. Harry Nunez, really dependable on the extra points, but the Trojans have been fairly unstoppable when it comes to 2-point conversions. So they will go for 2 here early in the game. Boyson under center. He looks to his right, rolls to his right, throws, finds Cheatham wide open. 2-point conversion is good. That'll make it OBA 8, Waukomis 0. The quick strike Trojans jump out in a hurry. 2 plays from scrimmage, and the Trojans are on the board. 8-0 here from Commitment Field. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back at OBATrojans.tv.
Today. Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
OBA's history.
And we are back at Commitment Field. The Trojans 2 plays from scrimmage, touchdown. 8-0 OBA over the Waukomis Chiefs. Harry Nunez to kick off. Has a pretty consistent record of putting the kickoffs into the end zone, not allowing a run back, and leaving them with only a touchback. This one's a low line drive, takes a hop, will be fielded about the 9-yard line, and here come the Chiefs. It's like Caleb Mendoza's the first to get the runner, wrapped up. Nice gang tackling from the Trojans. Andrew Campbell in there on the tackle. So let's talk about the Waukomis Chiefs. The Waukomis Chiefs offense is centered around Ricky Woodruff. Woodruff, a senior wearing number 11, went for 5 touchdowns last week against Pond Creek Hunter, accounting for 244 yards by himself. So I would look for a steady dose of number 11 from the Waukomis Chiefs. They do a good job of moving Woodruff around. He'll play quarterback some, he'll play running back some, you'll find him in the slot on occasion. In talking with Coach Kayot this week, he talked about how they move him around. They're going to have to be cognizant of his appearance. So his handoff, it's going to be reversed. The ball's bobbled, but it bounces right up. Now he's going to go long. Left-handed throw, has a receiver deep, incomplete. Looking for Ethan Brueggemann on the throw. Double reverse. Pass was thrown by number 15, Dallas Ives, a senior, left-handed toss. It was set up perfectly. Brueggemann was wide open. The Trojans were scrambling to catch up, and he just could not hang on. The Chiefs try and start out with a bang there. Unfortunately, just not able to execute and complete the pass because it was there. So we'll see what they have in their tool belt next. Coach Rustin Donaldson wanted to strike quick. Didn't work out for the Chiefs that time, so the Trojan defense dodged a bullet there. And here we go with a steady dose of Ricky Woodruff. The Trojans know what's coming and stuff it out. Right now, Woodruff is lining up at quarterback both plays, but as I said earlier in talking to Coach Kayot, they move him around quite a bit throughout the course of the game, so we might not see him at quarterback for the whole game. So that brings up 3rd and 9.5. Real short gain there for Woodruff on that play. 3rd down. The Trojan defense has been stingy this year, only allowing 36 points a game compared to their 53. So it's going to be a handoff and brought down. Keno Richards on the carry. Holden Caldwell drags him down by the shoelaces. Short of the 1st down, it's going to be 4th and about 3.
On the carry for the Chiefs, number 13, Keno Richards.
Ball spotted right on the 40-yard line. 43 is the 1st down marker. Looks like the Chiefs are lining up to go for it here on 4th down.
That is going to bring up a 4th down and 2 for the Chiefs.
Trojans have to be looking for number 11 Woodruff here. Overloaded formation here for the Chiefs to the far side of the field. I would look for Woodruff just to keep it, and he does. He gets around the outside edge, makes a move. Caleb Mendoza forces Woodruff out of bounds. 1st down for the Chiefs. The Chiefs that was a general student body right on that play. The whole Chiefs backfield shifted to the right. The wide receivers came to the right end of the line. Everyone was over there. And Woodruff just followed his blockers around the edge for about a 15-yard, 20-yard gain, really. Makes it 1st down at the OBA 40. So 20-yard run for Woodruff, 1st down for the Chiefs. Woodruff still in at quarterback. Receiver on each side. Now the man in motion across. Cuts it upfield just along the edge. Keno Richards with the carry. Looks like Harrison Crow with the tackle, helped out by Bodie Boydston.
Making the stop for the Trojans, number 7, Bodie Boydston.
So 2nd and 5.
Harrison Crow.
2nd and 5 for the Chiefs as they head towards the north end zone. Going south to north on your radio dial this evening. Richards in motion yet again. He's wide to the near side of the field. Probably going to look for Woodruff to another handoff, another around the right in there. A lot of Keno Richards going on right now for the Chiefs from Waukomis.
Number 13, Richards on the carry for Waukomis. 4 yards
Chiefs doing a
gain
good
for
job of
Richards.
using Woodruff as a decoy here. The Trojan defense obviously aware of Ricky Woodruff and his exploits.
Number 35,
And Coach Donaldson,
Colby.
Coach Donaldson from Waukomis, using his senior quarterback as an excellent decoy. And Keno Richards moving the ball well for the Chiefs offense. So that brings up third and about 1.5, not quite 2 yards. This is going to be a keeper around that right end again. He cuts it back to the inside. Gets to the second level. Looks like Judd Cheatham stuck his head up in there for another stop. Bodie Boyston was in on the play. Cheatham coming up from his safety position to stop the run.
Woodruff on the play for the Chiefs.
That aggressiveness from Judd Cheatham is probably what Coach Donaldson and the Waukomis staff saw on film that made him try that flea flicker on the first play. Judd Cheatham is a ball hawk on those running plays, and he gets up there quick from his safety position.
Number 10, Judd Cheatham, and number 7, Bodie Boyston.
So it'll be first down for the Chiefs. Chiefs taking their time. They would love to have a long sustained drive here, keeping that OBA offense off the field and tie this thing up at 8. It's 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Richards in motion again. This is going to be a pass right over the middle. Big hit from the Trojan defense. It's going to be complete for about an 8.5, 9-yard gain. Harrison Crow introduced himself to that receiver who came over the middle. So that'll make it 2nd and 2. It would have been really easy for this Waukomis team to be shocked by that quick strike from the Trojan offense to start the game, but nice coaching by the Waukomis coaching staff to keep the team in the game plan, and they're marching down the field here. The Trojan defense needs to find some solutions for this Eagle offense. Or, I'm sorry, Chiefs offense. Fakes the handoff, cuts it outside, nothing outside, cuts it back to the middle. He's going to have enough for the first down, it looks like. That'll make it first down at about the 12. They can get a first down without scoring here, so it's not first and goal quite yet. So Ricky Woodruff on the carry, about a 3-yard gain. Holden Caldwell with the tackle on the interior of that Trojan defense. Waukomis doing a good job of mixing up their formations, mixing up their attack points. Woodruff still in there at quarterback. No running backs back there with him. No one in motion this time. Woodruff right up the middle, immediately met by the Trojans. If he gets yards, it's going to be just because he fell forward, and that'll make it 2nd and about 9 on that play. That might be one of those plays they just run so OBA's aware of it, that quarterback keeper from Woodruff, just to kind of keep OBA on their toes. They actually give him 2 yards on the spot, so 2nd and 8. And so they might just be letting the OBA defense know, hey, we can let Woodruff run anytime we want. This time Woodruff goes wide to the right. New quarterback in there. And now Woodruff comes back into the quarterback position in motion. Dallas Ives goes wide to the right. Woodruff at quarterback. And in motion again. Pitch to the tight end, and he doesn't get anywhere. The Trojans are all over that one. Nick Beckman saw that coming. Nice play design there. Dallas Ives goes in motion, and then Keno Richards goes in motion, and then number 8, Bip Altamirano, from his tight end position, takes a step back and comes across the formation, and it's just kind of a forward handoff there from Woodruff, but the interior of the OBA line, nice discipline there, not taking any of the fakes, and they were right there to stop the runner, and it might have actually been for a loss. It's definitely for no gain. So 3rd and 8. Here for Waukomis is a big play in this drive. Handoff, option play. Holden Caldwell steps up into the gap. Nice job by the end, forcing the quarterback to pitch. They make Woodruff give up the ball. He pitches it to Altamirano, and Holden Caldwell's right there to make the stop. It's a gain of about 3 yards, but it brings up 4th and 5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. 4th and 5. That ball's on about the 8-yard line, and they've got to get to the 3. So Waukomis taking their time, 20 seconds on the game clock, and now they call a timeout on the field. The official signaled timeout. The official did the signal that it was his own timeout. He didn't point to Waukomis or OBA, so I'm not sure what's going on down there. I would assume Waukomis called the timeout, but the official never really signaled. He did the touch his own shoulders thing as if he was calling an official's timeout, but both teams went to their benches as if it's a regular timeout. So we're going to assume that Waukomis called that timeout to make sure they're in the play they want to be in here on 4th and 5 deep in OBA territory. This Waukomis offense averaging 36 points a game. I misspoke earlier. The Trojan defense is only allowing 17 points per game at this point in the season. So their OBA's offense is averaging 53 points a game, and the defense is averaging 17. Some of that is aided by the shutout in the season opener over Davenport. So those numbers are a little bit skewed by that individual shutout, but the OBA defense has been pretty stellar for an 8-man football defense, holding opposing offenses. So 4th and 5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. It's been a steady diet of Ricky Woodruff and Keno Richards for the Chiefs. Long sustained drive. There's only 4:18 left here in the first quarter. They've eaten a lot of clock on this drive. Woodruff directing traffic. One receiver wide to the right, one in the slot here on the near side. Lots of linemen. I'm going to look for Woodruff to run here. He's going to scramble to his right. Nice pursuit from the Trojans. He's in trouble. There's 2 of them after him. He reverses field, coming back the other way. He's going to throw it up for grabs. And knocked down by the Trojans. Harry Nunez on the coverage. The Trojan defensive line gets in there. Jake Colby, Nick Beckman chasing Woodruff all over the field in the backfield. So that OBA defense bend but do not break as they allow the long drive from Waukomis to get down inside the 10-yard line. But on 4th and 5, the Trojan defense comes up big, getting penetration on the Waukomis offensive line, forcing quarterback Ricky Woodruff to scramble, breaks up the timing of the play, and really he just threw that up for grabs. Batted down by Harry Nunez. Tight formation here for the Trojans on their first play of this drive. No receivers, 1 running back. Everybody else is in tight on the line. So a tight, hard count from quarterback Bodie Boyston now gives the Trojans 1st and 5. That's something the Trojans have used periodically throughout the year. 3rd and 5, same formation. It's going to be a handoff to Cheatham coming around the edge. Nice blocking from Ian Easton, and Cheatham's forced out of bounds. That'll be a first down OBA at about the 24-yard line.
Number 10, Judge Cheatham on the carry. Forced out of bounds by number 13, Alton Morano. But the effort is good for an OBA Trojan. First down and 10.
So the Trojan line working hard on that play. Hat on a hat, grinded out kind of offense. Once again, Trojans in a really tight formation. Ian Easton behind the quarterback, Bodie Boyston, Judd Cheatham in the slot. Cheatham goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Cheatham, moving left to right. He cuts it upfield in the middle. Another big carry for Judd Cheatham. That one's going to be about 14 yards. First down OBA. Nice hole created there by the offensive line. Cheatham comes in motion from the near slot receiver's position. Bodie Boyston just takes the snap, hands it to Judd Cheatham. He plants the foot and gets upfield. Running north to south. Usually finds success, east to west, not always. So the Trojans running north to south on that play. 1st and 10 at the 37. 1 receiver wide to the right. Cheatham in motion once again. Another handoff to Cheatham. He gets around the edge. It's going to be another positive yardage game. He's got blockers downfield. He cuts it across the field. Harrison Crow with a nice downfield block. Cheatham all the way now across to the near side. This is a long run. Still going, and now we've got a flag late in the play. That's going to be I don't know if it's going to be a hold or a block in the back on Harry Nunez. Cheatham finally brought down at about the 20-yard line. A flag 28 yards downfield is going to bring the whole thing back. So the Trojans were on the 36. Judd Cheatham was across the Waukomis 25 when the flag came out. So it was really late in the play when that flag came out. Harry Nunez was blocking downfield. So it's going to come all the way back. Trojans walking all the way back here. That was a good 50-yard gain for Judd Cheatham, nullified by an illegal block downfield. Like I said, they're marking the ball down at the 19-yard line. This block occurred on about the 25. So Cheatham had gotten the first down and then some when the flag came out. Personal foul is the call, so that's going to push them back even farther.
Personal foul against the Trojans.
So they've picked up the ball back at the 19, and now they're walking all the way back to Waukomis territory. Not a good time for a penalty on a play like that. Judd had already done his work, and so it was really kind of a useless penalty. So we'll replay first down. So they bring it back. 47-yard difference from where Cheatham was tackled to where the ball is now. Play clock winding down. 8, 7, 6, 5. Boyson has the team up to the line. Cheatham in motion. They're going to run the exact same play. It's going to be positive yards again, but definitely not 47. As they get the ball, it's going to be second and about 5 after that carry from Judd Cheatham. They're working that seam in the Waukomis defense. Cheatham goes in, starts out on the near side, and the slot goes in motion. Bodie Boyson takes that handoff, and Cheatham takes the ball from Boyson, plants that upfield foot, and just heads south. So second and 5 for the Trojans, exact same formation. Ian Easton in the backfield. Cheatham goes in motion again. Not going to get it this time. Play action from Boyson. He's looking for Jake Colby over the middle. He finds Harry Nunez on the outside. So that's going to be first down OBA at the 44-yard line. Pass complete to Harry Nunez.
Reception made by number 21, Harry Nunez. Crossing the ball into Chief territory.
And that's what that running game will do for you. You pound it, you pound it, you pound it, and then you introduce the play action game. And now you've got Waukomis guessing just a little bit. 2:20 to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 is your score as the Trojans are marching. Another tight formation for OBA. Not a lot of guys out in the wide receiver space this evening. That's a new look. And again, Waukomis jumps. It's going to be another 5-yard penalty on Waukomis. March it off, and it'll be first and 5 for the Trojans. It's been several times during the season OBA's been in this situation, first and 5. And that's the time Coach Chris Kayott decides to dial up a big play. Maybe the Trojans will look downfield here, but they've had a lot of success on the ground with this type formation. Another jump. The Trojans run the play. Boyson over the right, and he's still up. He's still going. Spin move. It'll be first down OBA. Sending Cheatham in motion, gets that Waukomis defense flowing to the other side of the field. Boyson just takes a snap and keeps it. Just runs right off the right hip of the center, between the center and the guard, and goes for about 10 yards. First down OBA at the 26-yard line. So this drive not quite as quick strike as the first drive was, but OBA is now answering Waukomis' long sustained drive with a long drive of their own. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Cheatham across the formation again. Again, they give it to him. Again, he gets the edge. Another long run. It's going to be another first down, or very close. He's still up, still scrambling for yards. Looks like he's down right around the 15, so it's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where the spot is. They're moving the chains, so first down OBA. Another run from Judd Cheatham. OBA is giving Waukomis a steady diet of that same look. At some point, maybe not this drive, but at some point in the game, Coach Kayott's going to run a play action off that same look, and you're going to find Nunez or Jake Colby flying down the center of the field because they're so used to Cheatham and Boyson keeping it for the run. Same thing, tight formation. This time Cheatham is lined up on the far side of the field. Ian Easton straight in the backfield. Cheatham coming across. Boyson keeps it, rolls out to his right. He has Colby. Ball bobbled deep in the end zone, incomplete. Pass intended for Jake Colby there. Designed rollout play for the Trojans and actually defended pretty well by the Chiefs. The Trojans had two receivers on the near side of the field, and Waukomis had, I think, 3 defenders covering those two receivers.
We'd like to give a warm OBA welcome to
So 2nd down and 10 for OBA.
Peterson, who's in attendance tonight.
Boyson in the shotgun formation for the first time tonight. Receivers wide to the right and left. Nunez and Cheatham. Boyson rolls to his right, still rolling, buying time. Looks for Nunez in the end zone. He comes back to the ball. Touchdown, Trojans! Great throw from Bodie Boyson. Harry Nunez goes deep into the end zone, slams on the brakes, runs back towards the front pylon. Bodie Boyson puts that ball right on the front pylon where only Harry can catch it. It's going to be a Nunez touchdown or an incompletion. Those are the only 2 options. Nunez gathers it in, touchdown OBA, making it 14-0. Lining up for a 2-point conversion is Boydston. Cheatham in the backfield. And they will hand it to Judd Cheatham right up the middle, and he's met immediately. The ball's loose. Scooped up by Boydston. The play's still alive. And finally down. 2-point conversion is no good. Score now is OBA 14, Waukomis 0. So we'll take a quick break here. Thank you for watching OBA Trojans football on obatrojans.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Get your next OBA gear item.
And we are back. Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. 48 seconds left here in the first quarter of homecoming at OBA. The Trojans jump out quick, scoring in 2 plays on their first drive. Waukomis answers with a long, time-consuming, sustained drive, but are stopped at the OBA 9-yard line on 4th down. And then OBA with their own long, sustained drive, marching down and scoring, making the score OBA 14, Waukomis Chiefs 0. Harry Nunez to kick off here late in the first quarter. Nunez kicks, drives it deep. It's going to be over the head of Woodruff. That will be a touchback. Correction, that's Ethan Brueggemann deep to receive there for Waukomis, not Woodruff. So out comes the OBA defense after a bend but not break stand on their last time on the field. The Waukomis offense will be looking to get into the end zone this time. So the Waukomis offense comes up to the line. Woodruff in the backfield. Handoff right up the middle. That's going to be for very little or no gain. Looks like it was Brueggemann on the carry. Correction for Waukomis Chiefs on the carry. That was Tyler Vanover on the carry, his first carry of the night. Stopped for about a half-yard gain, so it's going to be second and about 9.5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. Woodruff, another handoff. Same play, this time Hanover breaks through. Shoestring tackle there by the Trojans, but that's going to be enough for a first down for the Chiefs. Number 15, Dallas Ives on the carry.
Number 11, Woodruff on the carry for the Chiefs.
And that will be the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Here at Commitment Field, homecoming at OBA. The Trojans lead after one, 14-0. Waukomis Chiefs looking to answer to start the second quarter. We'll be right back with more action on OBATrojans.tv.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Now is the time to protect.
And we are back here on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy, Commitment Field, for OBA Trojans football here on homecoming. Homecoming, always fun. See seniors that graduated last spring all the way back to graduates from the 80s and 70s and 60s here on campus. So on the first play from scrimmage, it's going to be handoff right up the middle. Brought down after about an 8-yard gain. Once again, that's number 40, Tyler Vanover, with the carry. Give Waukomis credit, despite being down, they're sticking to their game plan. They're not trying to get all 14 points back in one play. So 2nd and 3. Woodruff at quarterback, receiver wide to the near side. Slot receiver on the far side comes in motion. You're going to fake the handoff, and Woodruff's going to keep it. Held up for a second by the shoestrings, but he gets enough for the first down. That's going to be a gain of about 4. Nick Beckman there on the tackle for the Trojans. Helped out there by Ian Easton. Excuse me.
Brought down by number 68, Nick Beckman, and number 9, Corbin Burrow.
Waukomis up to the line, wide receiver wide to the left, slot receiver on the near side, running back kind of in a tight end position. Woodruff in the backfield by himself. He hands it off to number 1, Ethan Brueggemann. He is grabbed in the backfield by Holden Caldwell. That's going to be a big loss. Caldwell gets in there as Brueggemann comes around the end, and he has nowhere to go. That's at least a 10-yard loss. Actually, I thought it was a bigger loss than what they're marking. They must have marked forward progress at about the 39-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd and 16. 6-yard loss. Tackle for loss there for Holden Caldwell. So 2nd and 16. Woodruff in at quarterback. Running back I formation, wide receiver wide to the right. Fakes the pitch, hands off underneath. That's a nice play design. Nice fake there from the Chiefs. And Bip Altamirano with the carry. He fakes the pitch to Tyler Vanover, then kind of fakes like he's going to keep it himself. Then the tight end disengages from his block, comes across the formation, and he just kind of flips it to him as he runs counterintuitive to the flow of the play. And more than one Trojan took that fake. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. Wide receiver near sideline here, slot receiver on the far side. He's going to run to the right himself. Jake Colby's in the backfield immediately. Long throw downfield. Judd Cheatham closing ground. Incomplete. Timing of that play was totally messed up when Jake Colby came flying in from his defensive end position. It forced Woodruff to kind of take another step and scramble a little bit longer than he had planned on it. Harry Nunez was closing in. Judd Cheatham was closing in on the receiver, able to get a hand up, block the receiver's vision, so that'll bring up 4th and 5. Nice job by the Trojan defense on that play. So last time the Chiefs were in 4th and 5 situation, defensive coordinator James Cheatham called some sort of blitz because the whole Trojan defensive line was in the backfield breaking up that play. So we'll see what happens here. 4th and 5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. Homecoming crowd on their feet cheering for the OBA defense. Low snap. They're going to pitch it out wide. There's going to be nothing there. The low snap messed up the timing of the play. Dallas Ives was in at quarterback on that play. The snap was low. Ives was able to scoop it up and pitch it out to Woodruff. And had the timing been right on that play, who knows what Woodruff would have been able to do. But because it was thrown off, the OBA defense had plenty of time to see what was coming, adjust, get out there, and just slam the door on that play. I don't think they might have got back to the line of scrimmage, if that. So first down Trojans in Waukomis territory. The ball is sitting on the 47-yard line of the Waukomis Chiefs. 9:15 left here in the first half. Second quarter going a little slower than the first quarter did. Boyson in the shotgun formation, Cheatham in motion. Fakes the pitch to Cheatham. He's looking for Nunez over the middle. It's not there. Bodie Boyson buying time. Has tons of blockers. Zone defense from the Chiefs. Boyson still scrambling. He finally decides to keep it, and he heads upfield. That's a 5-10-yard gain. Looks like 15, 20. Keeps it in bounds. Finally forced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. That play took forever. Waukomis sitting back in the zone defense, only rushing 2. Bodie Boyson pretty stubborn there, waiting for his receivers as Nunez and Colby and Cheatham were weaving their way through that zone. Bodie Boyson never felt comfortable letting that ball go, just bought time. Finally cut it across the grain, headed upfield, and gained about 20 yards. First down OBA at about the 20-yard line. Cheatham in motion again. This time Boyson hands it. Nice move in the backfield. And really, that was a great run to make that a positive yardage play because the Waukomis defense finally adjusting to that play where Cheatham comes in motion. Boyson catches the snap and just pitches it to Judd as he cuts across the formation. Judd had to plant his feet and cut almost before he had the ball there because the defensive tackle was in the backfield. And so to get any kind of positive yards on that play is a really nice play from Judd Cheatham, making it 2nd and 8 for OBA. In the red zone. The ball sits at about the 16-yard line now. Tight formation for OBA. Ian Easton in the backfield. Cheatham comes in motion. Bodie Boyson is going to keep this one. Nice block from Easton. Nice block downfield from Caldwell. Boyson pulls his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Great blocking from the Trojans on that one. Ian Easton in the slot. Kicks the blocker out. Then Holden Caldwell pulls from the guard position and is at the second level before Boyson gets into the defensive backfield. Holden Caldwell is there putting a hat on a defender, and then Bodie Boyson strolls to the end zone. There is some contact at the goal line, and Bodie just pushes him backwards. Touchdown OBA, making the score 20-0, 7:58 to go in the first quarter as the Trojans go for 2. Cheatham in motion. Boyson hands off to Cheatham. He gets around the left end. He's going to stroll into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. OBA Trojans. Your score now, OBA 22, Waukomis 0. 7:53 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on OBATrojans.tv.
Family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
And we are back here at Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. A beautiful Friday night here on the Southern Plains. Great night to be outside for football. Just a little bit of coolness in the air. I wouldn't say it's cold, but just enough coolness in the air to make it feel like football season, if you know what I'm saying. The field looks great. Great job by the field crew here at OBA, maintaining this natural grass surface. Out here late last night painting the school logo in the middle of the field. It's just a great night for Friday Night Lights and high school football. So Woodruff and the Chief offense on the field. It'll be 2nd and 8. Calls for a man in motion. Hands it off, trying to get around the far edge. And he makes a move and gets around the edge. Gets in the open field and is forced out of bounds. That's Keno Richards. Hasn't really handled the ball much since that first drive, but kind of taking a page out of the Trojans playbook. They bring that slot receiver in motion. The quarterback takes the snap and then immediately hands it to that motion man as he comes by. And he's looking for that edge. Really the only difference I see is that Waukomis is forcing that outside and he strings it out wide as far as he can do it. And OBA is content to go out wide or plant the foot and just go right up the middle. Either way, it's working. So short gain for Waukomis as he was forced out of bounds when he got around the edge. It's about a 3-yard gain, making it 3rd and 5. Once again, Richards on the near side in the formation. Woodruff at quarterback. Man in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. Woodruff keeps it and is gobbled up by the OBA defense. Looks like that was Bodie Boyston yet again for the Trojan defense that got in there, but Harrison Crow penetrated the defensive line and threw off the timing of the play. He made Woodruff make a move instead of just running north to south. Woodruff had to make a move east to west, and that gave Boyston time to get in there and make the stop. Good job from Harrison Crow getting in there and disrupting the timing, and good job Bodie Boydston finishing things off. Not sure what we're doing here with the yard marker. Before that play it said third down. It still says third down, so I'm not sure what we're talking about. Looks like there is going to be a meeting of the officials. Because with that stop, according to the yard marker, it should be 4th and 5. But they have not advanced that. So it still says third down. And now they back the ball up to the 20. We're not getting any signal from the officials as to what the discussion's about or what's happening, so we're kind of in the dark up here in the booth. Big discussion going on over there with Waukomis coach Rustin Donaldson. He's obviously not pleased with whatever this development is. It now says they've moved the ball back 5 yards, but it still says third down. So not sure what's going on. Still a lot of discussion happening. Ref runs across the field. The white hat runs across the field to talk with the other line judge now. Still no signal. So we've got a false start. So that So it looks like that last play didn't count. There was a false start flag that I guess no one saw. The Trojans decline the penalty and take the play, so it brings up 4th and 5. And now we've got another stoppage of play, timeout Waukomis, and that's their third timeout of the half, so it'll be their last one. 6:54 to go here in the first half. So we'll take a quick break. A little confusion on the field. It's kind of messed with our rhythm of the game, but we'll take a quick timeout and be right back here on OBATrojans.tv.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
So we are back after the extended delay there. Waukomis with 4th and 5, and they're going for it deep in their own territory. Woodruff's going to keep it, head to the near sideline. There's Trojans everywhere. He's not going to get it, obviously. He's brought down for a loss on that play. Trojans read that play like a book. Jake Colby in there, Nick Beckman in there, Harrison Crow in there. Faked the handoff to the man in motion. The Trojans did not buy that fake and were all over Woodruff before he could go anywhere. He tried to extend the play and make something happen. Did not work. First down Trojans deep in Waukomis territory. They take over at the 22-yard line. Big gamble there from the Waukomis coaching staff, and the Trojans stop the gamble. So first down OBA, Boyston in the shotgun. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Corbin Burrow on the near side. Boyston steps up into the pocket. He's grabbed, but he breaks away. He gets away from the pressure. He's headed downfield, forced out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. Nice individual effort there from Bodie Boyston because the Waukomis defense totally disrupted that play from the start. Actually had 2 different guys had their hands on Bodie early in the play, but he was able to escape, prolong the play, found a lane to run through, and got downfield. making it first and goal, OBA at the 10-yard line. The exciting thing for the Trojans is we really haven't seen them use all the tools in their tool belt yet. Ian Easton doesn't have a single carry yet. Jake Colby has not caught a pass yet. So the Trojans just when we say his name, hand off to Ian Easton up the middle, touchdown Trojans. First carry of the night. Ian Easton scrambles straight up the middle. Everyone's paying attention to Judge Cheatham going in motion. Ian Easton with a nice run for the Trojans. Couple of arm tackles broken through, and it's a touchdown for OBA. So that'll be 6 more, 28-0 OBA here in the second quarter. 6:35 to go. The Trojans line up. They're going to go for 2 again. Nice carry there for the sophomore running back, Ian Easton. Tight formation here for the Trojans. Easton in the backfield. Boyson's going to roll out to his right, looking to throw, and in and out of the hands of Nunez. So that ball falls incomplete. The 2-point conversion is no good, but the damage is done. OBA 28, Waukomis 0. We'll take another break. Be right back here for more exciting high school football action on OBATrojans.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So we are back here. Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. We're in the middle of the second quarter. OBA is leading 28-0 over the Waukomis Chiefs. It's homecoming here at Oklahoma Bible Academy. Always a fun time of year here at OBA. Harry Nunez set to kick off for the Trojans. He lines it up, sends it deep. High kickoff from Nunez, fielded at the 1-yard line. It will be returned. Big collision there at the 20, and the running back just stumbles and goes down. Interesting, the collision, Ricky Woodruff was blocking Jake Colby, and that was a big collision. Ethan Brueggemann was on the carry, and he just kind of stumbled. I don't know if he was looking at those two guys crash into each other or what happened, but he stumbled and went down. A couple of Trojans were there to fall on top of him, but he wasn't really forced down, so lucky break there for OBA, or he might have gained a few more yards. First down for Waukomis. 29-yard line, 28-yard line in their own territory. So Woodruff at quarterback. No, correction, it looks like Dallas Ives is at quarterback. He fakes the handoff to Woodruff. He looks to keep it himself. Woodruff draws a lot of attention, so Ives has some room to run, and he gains about 5 on that carry. The Trojan defense obviously aware of number 11, Ricky Woodruff. Trojan coaching staff decides to use him as a little bit of a decoy, and Ives carries for 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for the Waukomis Chiefs. So this time it's a handoff to Woodruff. He keeps it himself, and he says, it's a big carry. That's a big carry. Drugged down from behind. About a 20-yard carry for Ricky Woodruff. That's his biggest carry of the night. Dallas Ives was still in there at quarterback. Woodruff at running back. He takes it right up the middle off the left hip of the center, breaks through an arm tackle and gets to the second level, and then he's makes a couple of really nice moves. Nice positive yardage gain there from the Waukomis Chiefs. Ives still in there at quarterback. Woodruff in the slot now. They're moving Ricky Woodruff around a lot. They fake the handoff. Ives keeps it. Dancing around looking for a hole. He bounces it out to the outside. Drug out of bounds by the Trojans. Looks like, I think that's Corbin Burrell who drug him out of bounds there. Second and 4 for the Chiefs. Ives still at quarterback, Woodruff in the backfield. So a different look here from the Chiefs on this drive. Hands off to Woodruff, spins off a tackle. Still a lot of Trojans there, makes a nice move. Dives forward for a couple of yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1. Ricky Woodruff is slippery. Really good running back there for the Waukomis Chiefs. Just a really good football player. He's been quarterback for most of the game. He shifted to running back on this drive with Dallas Ives playing quarterback. Ives a senior also. Ives and Woodruff obviously been playing together for a while. Shotgun formation with Ives at quarterback, Woodruff just to his left. So he's going to fake the handoff. Ives keeps it, and the Trojans are all over him. He pulled the ball out of Woodruff's stomach. He probably should have kept it there, because the second he pulled the ball, Harrison Crow was all over him. So that's going to be a loss. Bringing up 4th and 4, 4.5. It's a long 4 for Waukomis. So they had it all the way up with a 3rd and 1, but there's a 3-yard loss there. So puts the Trojans in a good defensive position here at 4th and 4. The Trojans have held pretty strong on 4th down. I think this is the 3rd time Waukomis has gone for a 4th down, and the Trojans have stopped them on 2 of them. So Woodruff in the backfield by himself this time, no Ives. Woodruff looking to the sideline still, taking his time. They're out of timeouts. 4, 3, 2. They're running all the clock they can. Barely get the playoff in time. Woodruff dancing, looking for a hole. He's not going to get there. And it looks like his helmet came off. I didn't see how that came off, but Waukomis wound the play clock all the way down to the last second. Just a direct snap to Woodruff, and he tried to run off the left side of the line, and the Trojan defense just had penetration, was in the backfield with him. He danced around. He does a great job of staying on his feet, trying to extend the play and find a hole, but there was no hole to find there. And once again, the Trojan defense holds on 4th down. So Bodie Boydston and the offense trot out on the field. 3:42 to go here in the first half. Probably looking to get something else on the board before halftime. Tight formation, Cheatham in motion, another jump there from Waukomis. And I think that's the 3rd time Boydston has gotten Waukomis. Just a hard count going on 2. Waukomis jumps on 1. So 1st and 5, OBA. The Trojans were running a play there. That wasn't necessarily, you see a lot of times in NFL games on some situations, they just call a hard count before they go to a break or a 2-minute warning or something. But that wasn't designed to get a penalty. It was designed to run a play. Hand off to Cheatham. He cuts it up the middle, stays on his feet, spins away. He's a 5-yard gain, 10, 15, 20. He's at the 40-yard line. The 30-yard line still going. Chiefs finally catch up, force him back to cut inside. He's brought down at the 19-yard line. Great job by the junior Judd Cheatham. He just keeps his legs churning. Despite the fact that he stops after about a 2-yard gain, he's wrapped up there at the line of scrimmage. He just keeps the legs churning, spins out of the grip of the defender, and turns it into a big gain for the Trojans. Nice job, number 10, Judd Cheatham. Trojan offense in a great situation now. 3:20 to go in the half. Clock is running after that long running play. 1st down and 10 at the 19-yard line. Harry Nunez wide to the right. Jake Colby at tight end. Judd Cheatham in the slot here on the near side of the field. Boydston under center, takes the snap, immediately looks out to Nunez. Nunez makes the catch, makes a man miss. He's headed upfield as it's going to be a 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans. Nice job, Harry Nunez. Just catches the little pass to the flats, makes one guy miss, and it's a big gain for the Trojans. So nice play from Harry Nunez. Ian Burnett trotting off the field, doing a good job there, spelling some offensive linemen. The Trojans doing a good job of working some subs in, giving some of those guys that are out there a lot quick breaks. Ian Burnett was in there throwing some good blocks on that play for the Trojans. Boyson under center. It's like Harry Nunez on the near side, Judge Cheatham in the slot on the far side. Cheatham in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Judge Cheatham again, trying to get around the near end. He does. Touchdown, Judge Cheatham. OBA on the board again. 2:33 to go in the half. The Trojans score again. Judge Cheatham. That play has been the Trojans' bread and butter this half. So 2-point conversion yet again for the Trojans. Bodie Boyson brings him up to the line. Bodie tight underneath the center. Actually he's in shotgun. Sorry about that. Ian Easton in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Easton. Just jogs into the end zone. Everybody bit on the fake handoff to Ian Easton. Bodie Boyson strolls into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, making the score OBA 36, Waukomis 0. We're going to take another break here from Commitment Field. OBA 36, Waukomis 0, 2:33 to go in the half. We'll be right back on OBAtrojans.tv.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local VOTEC, we are Autry Technology Center.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of...
And we are back. Great night for football here on the Southern Plains as the OBA Trojans, top ranked, according to the Daily Oklahoman, top ranked OBA Trojans in Class B lead Waukomis 36-0. 2:33 to go here in the first half. Trojans coming off a bye week, and we're chomping at the bit to play some football this week, that's for sure. After a huge upset on the road at Sealing, who was at the time ranked number 1 in the state. The Trojans go to Sealing and knock off the Wildcats, and then have a bye week before this week's game. So the Trojans were ready to go. Harry Nunez to kick off. He sends this one low and flat, takes a couple of hops, bobbled there. The freshman on the return, brought down at the 16-yard line. Ethan Brueggemann on the return bobbled the kick, and that gave the Trojans time to get really set up in their coverage, and he had nowhere to go. So the ball was fielded at the 5. He might have got 10 or 11 yards on that return, brought down at the 16-yard line. Corbin Burrow on the tackle. Andrew Campbell in there to help him on that one. So here comes the Waukomis offense. It's been a pretty steady diet of Ricky Woodruff with a little bit of Dallas Ives sprinkled in there. Early on, we saw a little bit of Keno Richards, so we'll see what the coaching staff from Waukomis has up their sleeve. Hand off to Woodruff up the middle, and he finds a hole. He is slippery. Move after move, and he could be gone. Heading down the field, Harry Nunez giving chase. He dropped the ball. Strange play there from Ricky Woodruff. He could have been gone. Not sure what happened there. Harry Nunez was hot in pursuit. Woodruff had put a move on Judd Cheatham and broken free. Nunez was closing with a good angle, and just as Nunez was starting to reach out, Woodruff dropped the ball. I wonder if he was switching it from his inside arm to his outside arm so Nunez couldn't get a hand on it, and it just slipped out and bounced out of bounds. So what could have been a touchdown for the Chiefs is stopped at the 39-yard line. First down, Waukomis. Trojans get a break there. That's the second break the Trojan defense has gotten. The first play of the game was a wide open double reverse pass. And now the Trojan defense jumps. So it'll be 1st and 5 for Waukomis. As I was saying, that was the second real break the Trojan defense has gotten. The first play of the game, Waukomis pulled out the trickery on the first play of the game, ran a double reverse, looked for a deep pass. The pass was slightly underthrown, but the receiver was wide open. There was nobody close to him, and he just dropped it. So big break for the Trojans there, and then there's another one as Woodruff just drops the ball. So Ives in at quarterback. Handoff there to number 40, Tyler Vanover. I think they were giving Woodruff a break on that play. He wasn't in there for the first time in the game. Woodruff wasn't in the game. He's back in there now. You can see him in the huddle, number 11 there. Bringing up second and about 2.5 for Waukomis. Clock is ticking, minute 13 to go in the half. Trojans would like to hang on and keep that 0 on the scoreboard. It's going to be a handoff. Yeah, stop for a loss there. Keno Richards coming in motion there from the near side slot, running across the formation. Snap to Woodruff. He just hands it to Keno as he comes across, and the Trojan defensive line had penetration and stopped him for a loss, so that's going to make it 3rd and 5 now. It was 2nd and 2. Short 3-yard loss there makes it 3rd and 5. So Keno Richards back in the mix in the play calling for the Chiefs at the moment. 3rd and 5, we'll see what the Trojan defense dials up here. Woodruff goes wide left in the formation. Dallas Ives is in at quarterback. Woodruff in motion, look for him to get the ball here. Handoff to, he's now going to pass it. Holden Caldwell was all over him, and the receiver cannot find the ball. Holden Caldwell read the play, saw the handoff to Woodruff, got into the backfield. Woodruff had to just throw it, and once again he throws it up for grabs. Harry Nunez was in coverage. He was covering Ethan Brueggemann, and neither of them could really find the ball. It was so high up in the air they couldn't really tell where it went. Brueggemann got a beat on it, but it was too late. The ball had already kind of gotten too close to the ground for him to pull in. So that brings up 4th down for the Chiefs. Dallas Ives was quarterback on that last play. We'll see where they go here. Looks like this one will be Woodruff at quarterback. Receiver wide to the right is Ives. They are moving guys around. We'll give them credit for that. They're making it really hard on this Trojan defense to read. Woodruff rolls out to his right. He's looking to pass, looking over the middle to the tight end, and it's complete. 1st down, Waukomis. That's number 40, Tyler Vanover. Tyler Vanover's a big young man. If you look out there on the field, you just kind of look for the tallest, biggest kid, and that's him. Number 40 in white. 12 seconds to go in the half. The Trojans would love to hold the Chiefs out right here. Hand off to Woodruff. He pops it towards the outside. Looks like Bodie Boyson grabs a hold and bulldogs him down to the ground. And he is stopped with 4 seconds left in the half, and Waukomis calls timeout. I thought they'd already called 3. Evidently not, because they're giving Waukomis a timeout. I thought they'd already called all 3 of their timeouts. But there's 4 seconds left in the half, so the Trojans need 1 defensive stand before halftime to maintain this shutout. We'll see what they do. We'll be right back at obatrojans.tv. Welcome back. Commitment Field, campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. It's homecoming here in Enid as your OBA Trojans lead the Waukomis Chiefs 36-0. 4 seconds left in the first half. Waukomis obviously running what will be the last play of the half here. Curious to see what they dial up with 4 seconds left. Obviously, if we were watching a college or NFL game, they'd kick a field goal right here. Not going to happen for the Chiefs. So Ricky Woodruff at quarterback. We got 3 running backs to the right. The last time they did this formation, Woodruff just ran behind all those blockers and got a first down. It's going to be the same thing. He's going to blow it up to the right. Now he's looking to throw. He goes all the way across the field. That's going to be an easy touchdown. Wow, that was all the way across the formation. That is a long throw to Tyler Vanover. Touchdown Chiefs as the half ends. Really unique play design there. Set up well earlier in the game. They ran that same formation early in the game. Woodruff just ran behind those blockers and picked his way for a nice long gain. This time he runs behind those blockers, then just slams on the brake and just heaves it as far as he can throw it, I think, all the way across the field. That was a really long throw, even though it wasn't a lengthy gain. The throw was all the way across the field and up the field a little bit, as the Waukomis Chiefs will go for 2 here. Your score is 36-6 here. This will be a non-timed down, and that's going to be nothing. He gets rid of it, but nice defensive play there from the Trojans. It's like Harrison Crow was in there to disrupt that play as he just throws it away. Dallas Ives just got rid of the ball. Wouldn't have really mattered if he'd have just taken the sack, but that'll be the end of the half. Your OBA Trojans lead 36-6. It's halftime. It's homecoming. Stay tuned for homecoming fun here at obatrojans.tv.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Support your school's booster.
As we stated earlier, it is homecoming here at OBA. A lot of OBA alum come to town for homecoming. A lot of OBA alum that live in the area show up for the homecoming game. What a great night here at OBA. It's just a big night on campus as a lot of people come back and enjoy a night reminiscing about their high school days and watching the OBA Trojans play football. You're watching the OBA cheerleaders there. Emma Pendleton, Carissa Barney, Savannah Schultz, Carly Fournier, and Myra Useda. So there's the OBA Trojans cheerleaders. I'm going to take a quick break here at halftime. As we leave the stream running, you will be able to see all the OBA halftime tradition of the class floats. Every class here at OBA, 6th through 12th grade, created a homecoming float. They had a contest today here during the 7th hour pep rally. And now they're going to march down the track right in front of the press box here. So we're going to let that roll. And we'll be back for the second half here on obatrojans.tv. Welcome back. Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy for second half action between your top-ranked OBA Trojans and the Waukomis Chiefs. OBA took the ball to start the game, so they will be kicking off the second half. Harry Nunez to let it fly, and it goes deep. Ball fielded at the 1-yard line, and it will be returned. OBA coverage team is there, met immediately by Ian Easton. Great open field tackle by the junior, number 12, Ian Easton. Ethan Brueggemann with the carry. He's a freshman, number 1 for Waukomis, so bright future there for the Waukomis Chiefs as Brueggemann has made some nice plays here tonight. Great open field tackle by the junior, Ian Easton. He has 1 touchdown on the night on the offensive side of the ball. Makes a nice play on the defensive side of the ball. They're really, I guess, in the third aspect of the game, the special teams. Is there a third side of the ball on special teams? I'm not sure how we would phrase that. But nice play from Ian Easton as the Trojan defense awaits to see what Waukomis will show them now. So Woodruff back at quarterback. He's going to keep fake. No, he hands it off. Faked me out even. Nice play. Richards on the carry. They go back to that formation where Richards comes running across the formation from the slot receiver position, and they hand it to him as he comes across the formation. And he's still on the ground holding his midsection. Maybe he took a knee to the ribs or something. Now he kind of pops up, and now he's limping. So it's not the ribs, it's a extremity as Richards heads for the sideline. Been a key part of the Chiefs' offense, so that would be a bit of a blow to Waukomis if they don't have Richards at their disposal for the rest of the game. We'll see if he can walk that off, if the training crew can get him fixed up and get him back out there. We'll see what happens with Keno Richards, the junior running back. So Dallas Ives at quarterback now. Woodruff at running back here. And there's a jump from Nick Beckman. Sends one of the offensive linemen kind of scrambling backwards, and that's going to be an automatic first down for Waukomis. Just a quick loss of discipline there. They don't even call a new play. They get right back up to the line, waiting for the chain gang to catch up. First down, Waukomis. Hand off to Woodruff, right up the middle. Trojan defense closes the hole right away. It's going to be a short gain, maybe a yard for Ricky Woodruff. Beckman and Crow, the interior of the Trojan defensive line, slammed that door shut pretty quickly. Looks like Woodruff back at quarterback now. Ives wide to the near side of the field. Far side of the field. Handoff to Brueggemann. Trojan defense gets in the backfield. The ball's loose. It's whistled dead. Ball popped loose there at the end of the play. Brueggemann bobbled the ball a little bit. Once again, the Trojan defense gets into the backfield. Holden Caldwell breaking up the play and bringing Brueggemann down. So 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs. Really deliberate pace here from the Waukomis offense. We're going to have Ives back at quarterback. Woodruff in the backfield as a running back. Ives pitches it wide to the near side. He's going to throw it back across the field looking for the tight end, and he finds him. Judd Cheatham sticks his head in there. That is a big tight end right there. Pass complete to number 40, Tyler Vanover. Nice wrinkle there in the Waukomis offense here in their past couple of series. They've started finding the tight end Vanover. They've started using that tool a little more often as the game progresses. So first down for the Chiefs, still in their own territory at about the 47-yard line. Woodruff at quarterback. Man in motion. Hand off to the man in motion. He's trying to get out to the outside. Slowed up just a little bit. He's going to be forced out of bounds after about a 5-yard gain. Good to see him back in there. Keno Richards on the carry. Back in his familiar position. So the limp is gone. He was able to work it out. Maybe it was a cramp or something. Who knows? But he was back in there. Same play we've seen several times. He goes in motion. The snap goes to the quarterback, and he just hands it to the motion man as he crosses the formation, looking to get around the edge. Trojan defense did a good job containing and limiting him to just a 2-yard gain. So 2nd and 8. Still Woodruff in the backfield at quarterback. No motion is happening. Now he comes across. Ball's on the ground, ball's on the ground. Looks like it's Trojan ball, but it's hard to tell from this perspective. The Chiefs tried a little trickery there, and looks like they were able to maintain possession. So, same play again. Keno Richards coming across the formation. They fake the handoff to him. Then the tight end crosses in the opposite direction, and they actually rule that an incomplete forward pass instead of a fumble because Woodruff did kind of, it was like a shuttle pass that you see at the college and pro levels. They kind of shuttle passed it into all that traffic, and it just got batted down, it looks like. So incomplete pass, 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs. Handoff there to number 40. Rumbling downfield is Tyler Vanover. 1st down, Waukomis. That is a big load when it gets ahead of steam going. So, 1st down, Waukomis. As once again, the Waukomis Chiefs are on a long, sustained drive here. 8:21 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Eating up a lot of clock, keeping that potent OBA offense off of the field. So Dallas Ives back at quarterback. Woodruff to his right, now in motion. They hand off to Woodruff. He bobbles it. It's on the ground. Jake Colby's in pursuit, and down he comes. That's going to be a big loss for Waukomis. Waukomis having some ball security issues here in the 3rd quarter, as they're going to mark that ball down at the 46-yard line. So 6-yard loss. Woodruff tried to gather it in. Jake Colby was right there, really close to recovering it himself, but was able to gobble up Woodruff for a significant loss. That really helps the Trojans' defensive cause, making it 2nd and 16 now for the Waukomis Chiefs. It's like Dallas Ives came in. Let's see if they have him at quarterback. No, but still going to be Woodruff at quarterback. Ives goes wide to the left, and Ethan Brueggemann, the freshman, is here on the near side. Patient run there. Woodruff drives just straight ahead. Defensive penetration from the OBA defensive line. Harrison Crow got into the backfield, got an arm on Woodruff, didn't really bring him down, but slowed him up enough for Holden Caldwell and the rest of the Trojans to make the tackle. 1-yard gain, making it 3rd and 15. I'm not a defensive coordinator like James Cheatham, but I have to imagine Coach Cheatham and the Trojan coaching staff have to be looking for number 40, Tyler Vanover, because all of the big plays have had something to do with him. Looks like Ives is a quarterback. Woodruff is in the slot on the far side of the field, coming across in motion. They're going to hand it to Woodruff. Double reverse. They're going to try that play again. He's trying to get around the edge, and he's gobbled up and stopped after about a 4-yard gain. That'll make it 4th and 9 or 10. Let's see where they mark the ball here. Looks like it's going to be 4th and 10. From the 41-yard line. So double reverse there. They weren't going to throw that. That was never part of the design of the play. They were hoping they could catch the OBA defense over pursuing, and Keno Richards could turn that corner on the far side of the field. Fortunately, Caleb Mendoza did not bite on the reverse. He was right there. Impressive. Caleb Mendoza playing his first year of football ever. Caleb moving to Enid. His father is in the military, transferred to Vance Air Force Base, moved here originally from Hawaii, moved here from Alaska. Not a lot of football playing experience there. Ives in at quarterback. Woodruff wide to the left. So it's going to be a throwback. I'm looking for a double pass here. They're looking for the tight end. It's going to go deep. Judge Cheatham in coverage. Ball goes incomplete, overthrown. Tyler Vanover looking for the big tight end again. Huge height advantage over Judge Cheatham. But Vanover planted his foot and kind of did an out route there. And the ball was thrown as if it was going to be just a go route, and so it was overthrown by quite a bit. And even with the height advantage, he could not get up high enough to catch that ball. So it'll be a turnover on downs, 3rd one of the game for the OBA defense. Turnover on downs, 1st down OBA at their own 41-yard line. as the Trojan offense marches back onto the field. 5:25 to go here in the third quarter. Third quarter is flying by with that long possession from Waukomis. Bodie Boyce in the shotgun, no running backs with him. 3 receivers in the formation. Harry Nunez to the near side. Find the tight end Jake Colby dragging across the middle. Bulldog down after about an 8-yard gain, so positive yardage there for the Trojan offense. 2 wide receivers and a slot receiver all do go routes, pull the defense deep with them, and then Jake Colby just drags across the formation from the tight end position, is able to gain 8.5, almost 9 yards. So it's 2nd and 1. Several times this season when the Trojans have had this short yardage situation on 2nd down, they've gone deep here. So snap to Boyson, and that's what they're doing again. Looking for Colby deep. Boyson goes deep. It's a long throw for Jake Colby, and he pulls it in at the 10-yard line. 10-5, touchdown Trojans. Perfect pass, Bodie Boyson to Jake Colby. The tight end ran straight through the defensive formation of the Waukomis Chiefs. Boyson puts it in his lap. Colby hauls it in and strolls into the end zone for a touchdown. OBA 42, Waukomis 6. So the Trojans will line up for 2 after a big play from their 2 seniors, tight end Jake Colby and quarterback Bodie Boyston. Cheatham goes in motion. Hand off to Easton, just grinding up the middle. 2-point conversion is good. Ian Easton. 8 points for the Trojans. 44-6 is your score right now. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on OBATrojans.tv.
In front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Now is the time to protect your family with Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Internet security is becoming more of a fear every day. Protect your family against malware, viruses, intrusions, cyber attacks, and more. Modern internet deserves modern security. Get the best of both worlds with Pioneer in-home Wi-Fi and the Smart Wi-Fi app. Download the Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app today or visit gopioneer.com for more information.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maple.
And we are back. OBATrojans.tv. Beautiful night for football on the southern plains of Enid, Oklahoma, as the Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans lead the Waukomis Chiefs 44-6. Harry Nunez lining up to kick off after a big strike touchdown from the Trojans. So this kickoff goes deep. Fielded in the end zone, which will be an automatic touchback. It'll be first down Waukomis at the 20-yard line. Trojan defense back on the field. The only negative to striking so quickly offensively is that your defense goes right back onto the field. The Trojan defense was out there for a really long Waukomis drive. Took up almost 9 minutes. That last Waukomis drive. The OBA defense stopped them on 4th down and took possession and ran 2 plays. Pass to Jake Colby for 8 yards and then a long 50-yard touchdown pass to the same Jake Colby. And now the defense is right back out there. Let's see if Waukomis can take advantage of that. So first down for the Chiefs. Ives in at quarterback. He's going to keep it rolling to his left. Left-handed quarterback looking for the big tight end. He catches it, breaks the tackle, and he's off to the races. Judge Cheatham closes ground, catches him by the shoestrings down at the 34-yard line. The big tight end, Tyler Vanover, having a big second half. I think he thought he was gone on that. Underestimated the speed of Judge Cheatham because Cheatham was there on the reception. Vanover broke Cheatham's tackle and took off. Cheatham threw on the afterburner and caught him from behind, tripping him up by the shoelaces. First down, Waukomis at the 26. Waukomis taking their time in the huddle. That might be strategic just to give Vanover a second to catch his breath because they've been using the tight end extensively here in the second half. Woodruff at quarterback, looking to the sideline. Kind of throws his arms up, kind of exasperated, not sure what's happening there. The snap goes to Woodruff. He's looking to pass, and they're all over him. 4 Trojans in the backfield. Underhand pass is complete. Kind of pulled a Patrick Mahomes there and threw that sidearm almost underhanded. Pass is completed to Ethan Brueggemann. I think it was a design screenplay because the Trojan defense was in there so quickly because it had to have been a design screen. They just were closing down the lanes, and Woodruff had to kind of drop his throwing angle down to get it past a couple of guys. Gain of about 7, 2nd and 3 for the Waukomis Chiefs right at the Trojan 20-yard line. So it looks like we're going to see Ives in at quarterback, Woodruff at running back just to his left, receiver wide to the left. Ives takes the snap, hands it to Woodruff. No, he pulled it, he kept it. Tried to pop it outside. The Trojans were there and stop his forward progress for no gain. So that'll make it 3rd down for the Chiefs. Trojans did a good job of closing down both alleys. There's a kind of a read option there for Ives, and he had the ball in Woodruff's belly. And when he saw the Trojan defensive line kind of collapsing on Woodruff, he pulled it, tried to get around the end. Bodie Boyston and Caleb Mendoza weren't going to let him go around that corner. So third and 4 here for the Eagles. Handoff to Ives, or handoff from Ives to Woodruff. Woodruff breaks free, heading down the sideline, gets around the corner, touchdown, Waukomis. Ricky Woodruff with his first touchdown of the night. And when you look at the stats from Waukomis' game last week, where Woodruff ran for 244 yards on the ground and had 5 touchdowns, holding him to his first. There's 2:16 left in the third, and that's his first touchdown. So really the Trojan defense is really focused on trying to contain Woodruff. He was able to get free on that one, scores first touchdown of the night. Waukomis will go for 2. Ives in at quarterback. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off to the motion man. He cuts it upfield. He's met head on. No signal yet. Still no signal. 2-point conversion is no good. So 6 points for Waukomis, making the score 44-12. Here with 2:16 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break at obatrojans.tv.
In Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Welcome back to OBATrojans.tv for tonight's high school football action featuring your Oklahoma Bible Academy Trojans. Top ranked in the state according to the Daily Oklahoman. Number 2 ranked in the state according to the Tulsa World. The Trojans lead 44-12 with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Waukomis just had a nice touchdown drive, cutting the lead to 32. So kickoff Waukomis. They're going to go onside here. Ball's on the ground. Waukomis is going to get that. Oh, out of bounds. Nothing but Waukomis Chiefs around that ball. Ball took a short hop on Harry Nunez and caught him right in the shins. Luckily for OBA, it bounced out of bounds because there were 4 or 5 Waukomis Chiefs in hot pursuit of that ball. So first down OBA at the Waukomis 45-yard line. That's one of those things that you have to expect, especially when you have this kind of lead in the second half in 8-man football. So 2 receivers wide to the near side, Nunez and Cheatham. Bodie Boyston alone in the backfield. Cheatham goes in motion. They pitch it to him. He makes a couple of moves. He's going to make a nice gain on a play that probably should have been a loss. He's still stumbling forward, and he takes what probably could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss and turns it into an 8-yard gain. Nice individual effort there from Judd Cheatham because Waukomis got into the backfield. Judd was able to dance around and make a defensive player miss and then get to the outside edge, make another player miss, and turn, like I said, what should have been a negative play into a very positive play. 2nd and 2, kind of a long 2, probably closer to 3 for the Trojans. Harry Nunez and Cheatham again on the near side. Looks like Ian Easton in the slot on the far side. Bodie Boyston by himself in the background. Easton comes in motion to the near side. Boyston going to look for a tunnel screen. He's got Easton and Nunez out front. Cheatham heading down the sideline, makes a move, cuts it back inside. 10, 5, touchdown, Trojans. Judd Cheatham. Nice downfield blocking from Harry Nunez and Ian Easton. And it's a Trojan for the touchdown from Judd Cheatham. He was burning down the sideline, and it looked like one of the Chiefs had the angle on him. Looks like that's number 13, Keno Richards, had the angle on him, and Judd just planted that outside foot, cut it back inside, and waltzed into the end zone for another touchdown for the Trojans, making it 50-12 here in the third quarter. Once again, the Trojan offense, quick strike, getting the ball into the end zone as the Trojans line up, going for a 2-point conversion. Cheatham in motion. Boyson fakes the handoff. She's going to run to the pylon untouched. 2 points for the Trojans. They've made that play so many times where Cheatham comes across in motion and they just give it to him. The whole Waukomis defense bit. Boyston didn't pitch it. He kept it and just waltzed into the end zone. So 52-12, 40-point lead for the Trojans here in the third quarter. Still a minute 53 to go here in the third as the Waukomis Chiefs will look to answer this Trojan drive with one of their own. We'll take another quick break here. OBATrojans.tv.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
So we are back. Harry Nunez back to kickoff again. Nunez's right leg getting a lot of work tonight as he sets to send another one deep. Booming kick from Nunez deep into the end zone, out of the back of the end zone. Touchback Waukomis. That's quite a weapon OBA has that a lot of teams don't. They have a kicker who can get you that touchback consistently. Makes life easier on your special teams. Trojan defense out onto the field. Looks like OBA has a couple of subs out on the field. We're going to see Andrew Campbell for the first time in here on the near side at corner. So here come the Chiefs again. Woodruff in there at running back. Right up the middle. Actually, correction, that looks like it was junior Bip Altamirano on the carry. Might see a little bit of Waukomis having to take some breaks too, because I don't see Woodruff out there. I don't see Ives out there, so might be a little bit of fatigue starting to set in on those guys that are involved in every play for Waukomis. Brueggemann coming wide to the near side. Looks like Ives is back in there at quarterback. And now Woodruff is in motion. The snap is low and in the dirt. Throws off the timing of the play. Tries to get it away. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. If it's an incomplete pass, I would wonder why it's not intentional grounding. But they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to Waukomis on that play and call it an incomplete pass. Bip Altamirano was kind of in the neighborhood of where that ball landed, but it was mostly Trojans, and that was going to be a sack or a incomplete pass, and I guess they went with incomplete pass here. So, although they're giving, I'm not sure what's happening, they gave positive yardage on that play. So now they move the marker back. Okay, I was a little confused there because the down marker moved forward. And I'm not sure how, I wasn't sure how that would happen on an incomplete pass. So looks like there's a timeout on the field, so we'll take a break here. OBATrojans.tv.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
So we are back here at Commitment Field on the campus of Oklahoma Bible Academy. That actually was not a timeout called by the team. We had an injured player, Caleb Mendoza, for the Trojans, was down. Looked like there was some cramping. He was able to get up and run off the field after a little work on that by the coaching staff and the trainers. So back into action here late in the third quarter, 1:04 to go in the third. Ives at quarterback, fakes the handoff, looking to throw, left-handed quarterback. He's in a lot of pressure. Ball falls incomplete. Trojans in the backfield there. Jake Colby all over him, forcing Ives to get rid of that ball. Harry Nunez back there in coverage, forcing the incompletion. So that makes it 4th down. It looks like the Waukomis offense is staying out there, and it's 4th and 9, deep in their own territory. Just my personal opinion, maybe taking analytics a little too far. There's folks that subscribe to that analytics theory that you go for it on 4th down no matter where and no matter what the situation, because odds are in 8-man football you'll make it. And now we have another timeout, this time called by Waukomis. Maybe they're second-guessing their own strategy and maybe want to punt this one away. We'll see, because it's an interesting situation here for Waukomis. Down by 40. In an 8-man football, we have a 45-point mercy rule. So if you go for it and don't get it, you give OBA the ball deep in your own territory where a touchdown will end the game. But if you punt it away, you give OBA the ball where a touchdown will end the game. So interesting decision here that Waukomis' coaching staff led by Rustin Donaldson has to make. Been a very productive night for the OBA offense. Waukomis has not had a lot of luck in stopping the Trojans. And so really Waukomis is between a rock and a hard place here. If they go for it on 4th and convert it, that's a great thing for them, but it's a really big gamble. So that'll be the end of the timeout. The Trojan defense out on the field. Let's see what Waukomis has decided to do. Looks like they have the offense out there. Woodruff at quarterback, or Woodruff out wide to the near side here. Looks like number 11. No, that's Ives. He's going to go deep. Nunez in coverage. Ball batted away by Jacoby. It's on the ground. Incomplete pass. All over Ricky Woodruff as he tried to get rid of that ball. Ives was out in the pattern here, and he was just smothered by Harry Nunez. So they gambled, go for it on 4th and long, and the Trojan defense is up to the task. Again, this Trojan defense is only giving up 17 points a game, and right now Waukomis has 12, so they're under that number. If Bodie Boyson and the offense can punch it in here, that'll be the ball game. As they're up 52-12, 40-point lead for the Trojans. 8-man football, there's a 45-point mercy rule. So if the Trojans can punch it in here, that will be all she wrote. Shuffling men in and out there for the Trojan offense. Boydston huddles them up. Ball sits at about the 21-yard line, deep in Waukomis territory. Not quite in the red zone. 3 receivers to the near side. Boydston takes the snap. It's a little low, but he takes the snap. Looking for Judd Cheatham. I think there's a little confusion there because it bounces off just as Cheatham was coming out of his break. The ball got there a little quicker than he thought it would, I think. And so it's 2nd and 10. Boydston rifled that ball in there, and when it's coming that quick and you turn out of your break and it's on you in a hurry. So tough play for Cheatham to haul that one in. It falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for OBA. I guess if we're going to nitpick the OBA offense, that was kind of the first play where they weren't all on the same page. So 2 receivers, Nunez wide to the near side, Cheatham in the slot, and Caleb Mendoza also wide to this side. Boydston rolls to his right. He's going to go deep looking for Cheatham. Touchdown, Trojan. Oh, they're calling it incomplete. Looks like the ball came loose at the last second. Cheatham trying to drag, it looked like he drugged the toes, and he was so focused on dragging the toes that it came out of the hands. That'll be 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. Boydston put that ball out front for Judd Cheatham, and he had to run up under it and tried to get his feet down in time. Really tough play for the junior Cheatham to pull that ball in. But that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for OBA at the Waukomis 21. Ian Easton in for the Trojans. Caleb Mendoza takes a break. Easton goes into the running back position. Still going to think this is 4-down territory. Boyston's going to keep this. Still on his feet, crashing into people. That's going to be a 1st down and then some. Touchdown, Bodie Boydston. Probably 4 broken tackles on that play. It's going to be a touchdown OBA. That'll be all she wrote. Strong, powerful run from the senior quarterback, Bodie Boydston, making the score 58-12. And that will be the ball game with the 8-man 45-point mercy rule. 39 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Your OBA Trojans go up 58-12, and that'll end it as the teams line up for the handshakes. What a great homecoming game for the Trojans as it ends in victory. Coming up next will be district play for both teams. Waukomis will travel to O'Keene in District B3 action next week. Your OBA Trojans will be back on the road after homecoming this week. They'll be back on the road next week at Cherokee, opening up District B2 action. Cherokee currently sits at 1-3 record, but they're playing tonight, so that could change. But the Trojans will go to Cherokee next week as they look to defend their #1 ranking. It's been a great night of football here at OBA. The OBA homecoming activities will continue throughout the weekend. Tomorrow morning, the OBA Pancake Breakfast, which is a yearly tradition. Can't seem to get that word year out. The yearly tradition of OBA, the Saturday morning pancake breakfast after the Friday night homecoming football game. The pancake breakfast tomorrow morning here at OBU. Come out. Your donations support OBA, making a Christian education affordable for folks in Northwest Oklahoma. After the breakfast is over is the OBA auction. Come on out. Lots of high quality items up for bid here at OBA. There's a flat top griddle, like a Traeger flat top griddle that's up on the market. There's free stays at Deer Creek Mountain Camp up in Bailey, Colorado. All sorts of things up for auction where you can bid. All your bids go to support Christian education here in Enid. Come on out. There's a pantry with food items you can purchase, lots of cookies, lots of amazing baked goods, B-Rocks in the Mennonite tradition. Those are amazing. Cakes, casseroles you can put in the freezer on one of those nights when the family doesn't want to cook. You just throw that bad boy in the oven. A little while later, you have dinner for the family. Lots of options at the OBA auction tomorrow morning. So come on out and support OBA by bidding at the auction tomorrow, October 1st, the first day of October. Coming up this week at OBA, Monday night, home volleyball match taking on Oklahoma Christian Academy from Edmond, Oklahoma, as the volleyball team celebrates senior night as they prepare for the playoffs, which will start next Thursday when they travel to Lincoln Christian School. Next weekend here on campus Oklahoma Bible Academy, OBA will be hosting a cross-country meet. Come on out and support our runners here at Commitment Course just to the south of the football field. So thank you for tuning in to OBATrojans.tv. Have a great evening. Good night.